Meeting called to order, Munhall Regular Council meeting, July 15th, 2025, 7 p.m. Call to order. Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Borshak, can you help me with that?
Good morning, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Shields.
Here.
Mr. Heeds.
Present.
Mr. Youngkins.
Here.
Ms. Fry.
Present.
Mr. Brennan.
Here.
Mr. Bodine.
Here.
Mr. Firestone. Here. Solicitor Vashalik.
Here.
Chief Coles.
Here.
Chief Fuller.
Here.
Mayor False.
Here.
Mr. Bicey. Here. Mr. Cannon. Here. Mr. Elias.
Here.
Quorum.
Yeah, we had executive session at 6:15, discussed different personnel matters and litigation. And other than that, any public presentations tonight? No public presentations. Okay, I'll take the approved meeting minutes for June 2025.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
I think we need to make one change, Bernie.
Yes, sir?
June 10th, it should say council workshop, because that's the first meeting, and then the next one will be the council minutes.
You're right. You're right.
Okay. So just change that on your sheets. June 17th. And the June 10th meetings. There's switch as far as on the agenda. President's report.
We
We're
gotta,
going to vote on it again?
we
We got
gotta
workshop.
approve the second one.
Second one.
June 10th workshop.
June 10th workshop.
June 17th, we're ready to do it.
June 17th workshop.
Motion.
Motion. Any second?
Second.
Any questions on that? I have a few, anyway. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? President's report, we discussed matters in executive session. The last 2 weeks, we've been vigorously looking for a place to put our salt bin. Anybody out there have any ideas? Because we can take anything we got. We have to move the salt bins because of the Duquesne Light wanted us to move them because of the new garbage trucks are coming in, and there's a problem where the power lines come in over the salt bins, and they need that area to pile the charges for the new electric garbage trucks. That should be here maybe before the end of the year, but probably beginning of next year. So we're looking at different properties, different options. David will give you some other updates on that when he does his report. Mayor.
We had a meeting last night for the 125th anniversary. It was our second meeting. We appointed committees. We're definitely going to start some fundraising up. And one thing that came up at the meeting was, in the fundraising part of it, about maybe we have the need to open a separate account in the borough where the fundraising can go to just for this 125th anniversary committee. The fundraising that we would need to put on the, the drone show, fundraising need, we have the other events that we would need.
You want to give a little update what we talked about
Sure.
quickly, like
I'll start. Anybody else who was at the meeting last night, feel free to jump into. What we talked about was having almost a year celebration of things the borough would have for the 125th anniversary. We talked about having walking tours of the Munhall area, of the churches, of the cemetery, of the library, important things in Munhall. We're going to be putting a book together, a history book, and also have a video where we're going to do live interviews and try to find people that are the oldest person in Munhall. Who is the oldest person? Who is the first born in Munhall on this anniversary year? We're going to try to get some signs. If you're an original Munhall person, you're born and raised in Munhall, we may have to exclude Dave because he didn't come here till he was 3.
Right, he's out.
So, you know, if you're born and raised in Munhall, you know, we want to recognize you, the lifers.
We talked about the weekend being June 10th,
June
around there.
20th.
20th,
Yeah,
because
June 20th,
that's
we
like
would have
125.
a parade.
That's when they're incorporated.
We would have a parade. We would have a festival. Hopefully, we can bring, you know, the fire departments back in to help us out with this festival again, guys. We would, you know, just at the end, we would probably try to do a drone show, which could be a good bit of money, but we want to make it special. It is our 125th anniversary.
We had a dinner in November.
A dinner in November, like a banquet, a dinner in November, where we show the show. We will start up some fundraising, and it will be just, you know, going out to some big corporations. We're going to reach out to U.S. Steel. We're going to reach out to some other places. Some fundraising, we're going to try to put a night at the races together for some fundraising. We're going to have T-shirts made up and not make a lot of money on them, but raise the price of maybe $5 of what we pay to get them paid. So we have a design, no, we don't have a designer, we have somebody, Carol from the library is making up, has 4 designs of T-shirts that she's going to be presenting to us, and the committee will vote on which
When's the
one
next
they
meeting?
like. The next meeting is the 28th, you're going to be away.
I'll be away, but anybody else wants to attend and get
Please
involved,
join, we need help. We got a
We
good
need
one
help.
started up, but we need help.
more the merrier.
Where's your meeting gonna be at?
Right here,
Here
not in
there?
the, we'll be in the community room, second floor.
I'll remind you before I leave.
My mom was a U.S. steelworker. She's a retired U.S. steelworker, so she knows the president really well down there in Clairton, so I can have my mom see if they'll want to help.
Yeah, anybody we can reach
Any
out
help
to.
we can get,
we'll
we'll
reach
take.
out to them.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Anybody we can reach out to, I mean, I have a couple contacts there that I've made, you know, back a few months ago. So we're gonna try to reach out to U.S. Steel and other people we can get. We're working on a donation letter now. We'll probably have a donation letter out, hopefully, in a couple weeks. And we're gonna try to start advertising a little bit at our market nights. You know, hey, this event's coming up, you know, save the date type thing, you know. January 20th, we're gonna have the big, you know, event down here with the fireworks or drone show and so forth. So we're gonna be pushing this all year long. And as a reminder, the next market nights is this Friday, not this Friday, I'm sorry. Next Friday, the 25th, is the next Main Street Market Nights. So there's one more after that, August 22nd, and then in September, we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna have it down at the library, and it's gonna be Saturday in the park. And we're gonna do it from 12 to 5. And Saturday in the park, it's gonna be a little different, because we always get a lot of requests at market nights for food, for vendors to come in. And we told them to stay away from the vendors on Main Street, because they're there, we want to have them make the money. So we're gonna bring some outside vendors in on this event down at the Saturdays in the park, and they will be local. A lot of them will be local businesses here too. So that event is September 20th.
More or less, stay tuned for everything else, going to be coming up quick, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's,
Next year will be here, and we'll be into the whole thing.
you know, like I said, we'll have to work on maybe getting a separate account together,
Yeah, we can pull it off.
because when we do start getting some funds in, we
Right.
want to keep that separated from any borough money coming in.
Okay, Mary, good?
I'm good,
Okay.
thanks. Thank you, President.
Solicitor report.
Thank you, Mr. President. A few items. There's a motion on the agenda to begin the process for ALERTA. That's an acronym. It stands for Local Economic Revitalization Tax Assistance Act. This was adopted by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania in 1977. It allows for tax abatement for new construction in deteriorated areas of economically depressed communities. So what has to be determined ultimately by council after a number of steps is determine what areas you deem to be deteriorated, and there's a whole set of criteria. I'll review that with council as we work through this process. It does have to start at the planning commission. So essentially, we're going to be selecting, as I envision it, the council make the decision, certain zones, industrial zones, commercial zones, business zones, that kind of thing would probably be included. As long as there's some deteriorated areas in there that meet this criteria. And then you decide what the tax abatement will be. For example, it's a maximum of 10 years. You can set a dollar limit, but Most commonly I've seen when these have been enacted, it's a sliding scale. So the first year, it's 100% abatement, and then down to year 10, we'll go from 100, 90, 80, but you can do whatever you want. You can make it 5 years, you can change the percentages, but 10 years is the limit. And what that works is there's a tax abatement only on the cost of the improvements. So someone comes in and applies for alerta, and the tax assessment is X amount of dollars, and they have to make the improvements. Once they complete the improvements, then the county will go in and reassess the property. So if it was worth $100,000 before they made the improvements, now it's worth $200,000 due to the money they spent improving it. The improvement cost, the extra $100,000, will be subject to the tax abatement under the ordinance or whatever schedule you decide. The original value of the property is never abated. It's only the money spent on the improvement. So that's a quick summary. But it does have to go to the planning commission. PJ called me today, the chairman of the planning commission. I didn't have time to call him back. I was just too busy, but I will, and assist him on what he needs to do. Is primarily looking at the area. We have to include the county. They have to be on board, obviously, and agree to this. And the school has done this. I don't have the school ordinance. I don't know if they've adopted it yet for the LERTA. But we all need to be on the same page. If someone to be interested wants to make sure all three taxing bodies are following it. But anyway, Planning Commission makes a recommendation to council. Then we must have a hearing first to decide on what is the deteriorated area. Once we have that, I'll draft the ordinance, we advertise it, and then we adopt it. So that's the process. We're still looking at probably 4 months in totality. Because that's a statutory requirement. So that's just a summary of where we're going with this, because I see it on the agenda. I did review the proposed cable franchise renewal agreement between Munhall and Verizon. There are a number of things I noted in here. I won't go into all the details, but I can prepare a memo, send it to David. Most importantly, I'm looking at the franchise fees, money paid to the borough, and that's 5% of the gross revenue. That's standard. I want to make sure that's in there. And there's also a list as Exhibit A that council needs to be aware of. That is a list of the public facilities where cable service is provided by Verizon for free, and that's attached. Typically, it's borough facilities, schools, fire station, police, that kind of thing. So that's on there, and I'll give some more detail to David in a memo, but it's not finalized either. This is a red line with scratch outs. There's some sections that are missing. I'll summarize all this for David. The police union sent a list of outstanding labor issues. There's 7 total. It's very lengthy. Some of these we've already seen. I talked to Chief Fuller about them. They all seem to be in compliance with the law, and there's some contradictions in some of the provisions. Everything looks pretty acceptable to me, and I'll talk further about the Chief Fuller about it, but ultimately this has to be approved by council, these changes, and we can talk further about it, so we're looking into this. The tax forgiveness program we've been talking about for quite a while. Last I heard that the school was not participating, which would mean it was meaningless for us. Now I've been updated. David found out the school is participating in this, so that's a good thing. I know they're doing it in Homestead, and Homestead says the school is participating in this. So that has to be adopted by ordinance. Amanda, who is the manager from Homestead, offered to have a meeting with representatives from the borough. I think this is critical and it's a great idea. I'm pleased that she's offering her time. So who's ever going to administer the program for the borough needs to go down there and meet with her. And Tim just gave me a whole updated packet of information, documents that they use, which will help me with the ordinance drafting. So that is in the works. I know we want to get that up and operational as soon as possible, so I should have an ordinance drafted in the near future, and we need to meet with Amanda. We did get, regarding the MOU, there's a new law that allows police to buy back credit for prior municipal police service. They pay and they get credit for that, which means it improves their pension. And council has determined that we should adopt this, as other communities have. We need an actuarial cost study. They've approved it and said it will not affect the actuarial soundness of the plan. But one thing we do need to do is amend the police pension plan to include this new provision. And since that's required, I don't think we've done this in a long time, but a lot of the tax laws change, and it's a good idea just to have an expert at this take a look at the whole pension plan and make sure it's in compliance with all the current tax laws. There are law firms that specialize in this. I'm not a tax expert, so it's something to keep in mind, but we're gonna have to do that and do any updates. So that's my suggestion, we consider that sometime in the future, we need to do that. And that's all I have, Mr. President.
Okay.
Question for the solicitor.
Yes?
Could you give us an explanation of what the difference is between the motion 11 and motion 10? The alerta ordinance and the tax forgiveness ordinance? Because I still have questions about the tax forgiveness ordinance that you're going to write or you're going to do.
Yeah, well, okay.
And mainly my question is, if I have property that I own and I find myself I'm behind the 8 ball and I need to get tax forgiveness and I'm behind on my taxes, can I apply for this tax forgiveness?
No.
How does this thing work?
No,
I mean,
no.
I don't know how it works.
You have to be a purchaser.
You have to be a purchaser.
A purchaser. You can't be, it's not someone that can skirt their taxes. You have to be a purchaser of the property. Say, hey, there's this dilapidated property, I want to renovate it, and I like to buy it. But there's so many back taxes they haven't been paid that it discourages me, I don't want to do it. Homestead has had success with this program. They'd have to make an application. We have to verify and research who the owner is, make sure there's no collusion, it's not something for the owner, it's a legitimate purchaser, redeveloper that comes in, and then that person will get the forgiveness that we determine is appropriate. We can put a limit on it.
And who determines, who approves that? Would it be council approval?
Well, ultimately, it's council, but we have to have assigned people. And I talked to David about this. He had suggested maybe Dave Cannon and other people in the office do the initial work of reviewing the intake and so forth and verifying everything, all the documentation. But it would have to be approved by council ultimately. But someone needs to be very familiar with the program, as I explained earlier, understand how it works, know what to look for, and that's why a meeting with Amanda, who's been using this program for some time, will be very helpful for our staff. So it would make sense that it's administrative staff administering it, but of course everything ultimately passes through council for its approval.
Well, thank you. That answers my question on, because I could see it being used as a way to skirt taxes if you were really not the purchaser.
Well,
So,
it's not permitted by the ordinance.
okay, thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
Rick, I gave Greg a form that Amanda printed out for Homestead Council. It's a property on West Street. I believe in Greg has the numbers. I believe in 2023, property was assessed at $16,000. They're getting $250 in taxes off their property. After we went through the process, the next year it was reassessed at 3 and some change, and they got like $5,000 in taxes that next year instead of the $200.
Yeah, the assessment went from $16,000 in 2023 to $395,000 in 2024. So the taxes went from $215 to $6,000. So that's the benefit. I mean, you're forgiving back taxes, but the idea is, and the people don't, the entity, the owner, the business, whatever, they don't get this relief until all the improvements are done and we check and make sure this is done. So it comes at the end. And if they don't follow through on their promise, they don't get it.
I think they only get it if they have an occupancy permit.
Yeah,
Or they sell it.
That's the last step, is the occupancy permit.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it correct though too that the improvements have to be either equal to or more than the sum of the back taxes?
Correct. Has to be more than what the back taxes
Yeah.
are. There's a whole list.
Yeah, there's a bunch of documents Tim just gave me, I'm gonna go through them in more detail, but, you know, at the end, those details should be set by council, and I'm gonna give you written information, you know, these are the options, this is what, the program looks like at Homestead, you can go with this, do you wanna make any changes before we adopt it?
One thing is if we don't do it, our properties are gonna just sit there and we're not gonna get no funding out of them.
We're done.
They're done. We're just gonna have empty lots.
Any other questions? Engineers report.
Creek Street, I still got on the list. I did reach out to the contractor. The cost has escalated to another $115,000. Total cost will be $612,949. Catch basin replacement project, that project is complete. Stash was out a couple weeks ago and corrected all deficiencies.
Where were they at?
The catch basins were at 701 Martha, number 1 fire station, parking lot, field, and 82511. So all in the one stretch.
Okay.
Main Street rehab project, we're still working towards getting this out for bid, waiting on board's final selection on the lighting.
But we're not waiting too long. We held up the whole project because no one could decide what lights we want. Yeah, hopefully.
Did you call on Thursday? Because I thought we had to have a word.
I called them that week.
I call mine.
I called mine.
I gave them the paper.
What's up, Marty?
Mine is same as yours, Ray. Exactly.
Last month, we voted on the rear parking lot paving. We awarded that contract immediately for $113,543. Contracts have been signed. I talked to them, and they are ready to go within the next month or two, depending weather delays.
Excuse me, Matt, can you send me a copy of that contract?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And then this past Monday, we just opened the bids for the Ravine Street speed bump installation. We had 3 bidders. Lowest bid is $24,950. The bid report's in your package. That's all I have.
Any questions for the engineer?
Matt, do you have any problems with El Grande coming back in West Midland to do services on stuff that they didn't do right?
No.
No? Okay. Somebody told me that, and I know you work up there, so that's why I asked you.
What is the height of the speed bumps, Matt, on
4 inches. 4. It's more of a hump, not a bump, but
those?
yeah.
When you hit it, you know.
To be specific here, we have humps and bumps now.
But there'll be 15 mile per hour speed bumps.
What is it, 25 mile an hour? 15. Oh.
There's gonna be some good entertainment on Ravine Street when after they're done.
But I did reach out to El Grande too, and they're ready to go in the next couple of months. Everyone's having problems with the unpredictable rain we've been having. So,
How
it raining?
many speed humps is this for?
that was for 3, just in the borough.
Okay.
And the county's putting some up in bulk.
They're
The
putting-
county has 2, right?
too. They same as what we're putting in?
Yes,
Okay, that's important.
And does that include the signage?
yes, that's signage, the line striping and all that,
Good.
the whole package.
Can you give the people just a short update on what they're doing down on 11th Avenue as far as replacing lines and water lines or whatever they're doing?
I have no idea about that.
What is it, you know that?
Is that the gas company?
Public Works, you know what you're doing?
Quick gas lines, yeah.
From gas lines.
I seen that they were resurfacing the other day.
It's all gas, no water,
Yeah, gas.
all gas.
Hey, Rich? They answer your question? Okay. Code enforcement.
You have a copy of my report. The only thing I have to add is, Mrs. Fry, you asked on work session about the Project Panther down the waterfront. A building permit has not been issued. They're waiting on the electrical permit needs filed, mechanical permit needs filed. There's also 2 invoices that COSIS wants to pay for prior to releasing any documents.
What building are you talking about?
Project Panther.
What's that?
It was one by the Blue Building's daughter.
So really, we're no further than we were 6 months ago, right?
Yeah, we're probably a month away, probably. Hopefully.
Anything else, Dave?
No, that's all.
I have something, I've had some remarks about people putting trash out 4 or 5 days before their pickup. Old couches. I mean, maybe Thursday, their trash isn't picked up for the following Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, I
On
mean-
weekends, I mean, it's become, I've noticed it a lot too. Maybe you can keep an eye on that. What do you usually do if someone puts furniture out a week before their pickup? What do we do?
If it's not a consistent person doing it every week, you know,
Right,
I mean, more than likely a couch, someone had someone over to help them,
and they get it out the door.
and they get
Okay.
out the door. I had a call a couple of years ago, this lady got her garbage on Saturday and pickup was Monday. So I went up, it was an older lady, said, any reason why you're putting your garbage on Saturday? She said, I have a special needs grandson, he comes over, and he asked, hey grandma, can I do something for you?
Gotcha.
You know, someone like Vincent Natale,
Right.
he put his garbage out for 40 years, or 30 years at 5:30, and he came home from work. Well, his wife died, he's not there doing good, his daughter comes over at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and puts the day out before. You know, there's stuff like that.
Right, right.
It's not, the consistent people that I talk to them say, hey, you
Okay.
can't put your garbage out.
All right,
So each individual basis I look at.
all right. You check it out.
Mhm.
Public Works.
What, all I have is I'm gonna start paving next month, start paving some alleys, about 5 or 6 of them. I'm not sure which ones I'm starting with, but
We actually talked, there's no way you guys could do the speed bumps. We're better off farming out than we plan on doing.
yes.
Okay. Anything else?
So I have.
I know we talked about it last month, the redesign of the Roberto and Bradley Lane intersection. It's still out there. We want to get some public input on it. Is there any way we can get the new design, how we propose design, out there so everybody can see it on a web page or?
I never saw it, so I missed last meeting.
Right.
It was from 2 months ago.
I passed it all out here during the meeting. I passed the photos out to everybody. I did. I passed the photos out to everybody. Looked up and down, I gave it back to them.
Let me see if I can get a better rendering
Okay.
and put it on the website.
So we can get some input from the people up on Roberta Drive and Valley Lane, how it's going to be figured.
Which design were you thinking?
We had two there,
Yeah,
right?
there were two,
Well-
triangle and rectangle.
Well, kind of, yep. We have any input, we can decide that.
Fair enough, fair enough. I can put both of
Alright.
them, so both designs.
No. We don't know the intersection that's,
We'll have Taylor.
goes all
Well,
over the
it's
place.
dangerous.
Yeah, so we're a little behind on it, but I want, maybe by next workshop, we can
Yeah.
have some input so people can come to the next workshop and talk about it. Police Chief.
Thank you, Mr. President. Council has a copy of my report. For the month of June, the police department responded to 640 calls for service, made 30 arrests, conducted 93 traffic stops, and issued 101 traffic citations. For extra duty, officers worked an extra 22 hours of extra duty, an extra 43 hours of regular overtime, and 32 hours of work time. That's all I have, unless you have any questions for me.
Chief, I have a question for you.
Yep.
How long have you been chief?
Almost 4 years.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is your last meeting as chief, I believe.
This is going to be your last meeting? I was just going to ask that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
thank you.
I want to thank you personally, and I'm sure all council thanks you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your service to this town, because you've been a police officer for how long?
31 years.
That's amazing. Thank you.
And personally, thank you, Tom, you've made my job a lot easier. I really appreciate all you.
And mine too.
Hard work you've done.
You've always served with dignity, which is important to me. You know.
Thank you.
Fire Chief.
Thank you, Mr. President. You also have a copy of my report. For the month of June, the Bureau of Fire responded to 58 calls, 27 of them in town, and 31 mutual aid requests. Our average times from dispatch to the first unit en route was 2 minutes and 58 seconds, and to the first unit on scene was 4 minutes and 57 seconds. We completed all of our annual required pump testing today for all the vehicles. Everybody is good to go. The tower should be back hopefully in the next couple weeks. It's on its finishing touches. And as of yesterday, I know I talked about it last month, we are now active with the Red Cross smoke detector program. It's going to be posted on the fire department's web pages and get more information out there, but it's open to anybody in the borough. If you need smoke detectors, you call the Red Cross. I'll leave the flyer up here if you want to write the number down. The fire department will come out and install the smoke detectors in your house. It's open to any resident in the borough. That's pretty much all I have, Mr. President.
Manager and tax collector report.
All right, a couple of things. First off, so I have been focused on trying to find a location for a salt bin. Different suggestions presented to me. St. Elias Church. There's a wooded lot that's next to a grass lot that's next to the parking lot. I reached out to them yesterday, and the priest there is going to pass it on to his board, the suggestion. He was completely unexpected. He was not expecting my question about that at all. So he was almost flabbergasted in his response. So
Really?
well, yeah.
You didn't say right off the bat, no way, which is good.
Yeah, definitely. The 18th Avenue was going to talk about last week. It was right over here, 18th and Hayes. It's easier to get to. It's small. It's one drawback of that spot. Could be a nice reserve. You can't get St. Elias is kind of the best option, in my opinion. The Quonset hut could work, but there's a lot of environmental contamination on that site probably. And they're also asking for $400,000 for those two sites. Old Franklin School suggested, but the owner of that property is thinking of developing it, so they're not going to sell at this point. Also suggested firehouse number 3, but it's not that big of a lot behind there.
No.
And the access is not great to get behind that building. So right now, I think St. Elias is our best option, so I'll keep you posted on their response and move forward from that. Yeah.
That lot back there, we keep the wood, you said it's Homestead. Would they be interested in selling that, or?
I don't know who owns the actual lot that's in Homestead itself.
Okay.
It could be Homestead, I just don't know.
The one behind the garage?
Yeah, we have our lot, and then right there's
Borough
still-
owns it?
Borough owns that.
all the way, okay.
That, if we can do something there, that would be better.
That would be better,
And then
except
the
we're
lot
repaving
next,
that
the
lot.
lot next to it.
Mr. Borst, you have to wait.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're repaving that lot, so I'm not sure putting a salt bin right there next to the brand new paved lot is, I don't think the Turtle Creek Valley people are gonna be happy about that. So I suppose we can look into that as well, but I want to confirm that we actually own that lot, because it is technically a homestead's domain.
And Mr. Carter owns the one lot.
He owns a one lot, yeah, 2 lots
It
actually.
looks to me like there'd be a lot of work to get that area ready. A lot,
It could, yeah.
yeah. And it's, well, you know it.
The nice thing about St. Elias is if we can get it, now the problem with St. Elias is it's all one parcel. So we have to actually do a subdivision. Now, in theory, we had an agreement with the St. Church to basically use that space until it's finalized, the subdivision, because otherwise we're talking about 6 months, if not longer, to get that whole process completed. And we need something ideally by the end of this year.
So stay tuned to see what comes up with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of too good to be true for me, but I hope it works.
But we could also expand our operations down there as well, beyond just salt bin.
Oh, yeah, that's, you know,
We're definitely crowded over here.
it'd be a perfect place.
I had a meeting with Solar Center, I think it's called Solar Center. Basically, they're consultants that help companies, municipalities develop solar projects. They help with financing and all sorts of different arrangements. There's an agreement that the solicitor signed off on, that he's worked with them before, basically to contract them to help us move this project forward. Because we're, what's the term, we're a type of community, I can't remember the name of it, lighted community. We don't have to pay, at least at this stage of the project, for services, which is ideal. So that's moving forward. Met with 4 sign companies to put signage up on this building. I'm still waiting on proposals, but two signs, one on a light-up sign facing West Street, and then a smaller sign right in front of where the main entrance is by the police department. Just so people know where to go, and the building is the borough building. So hopefully.
We gonna have anything on the back side here at all?
We could also put some up there.
I think we're gonna have to have something back there
Could do
too.
that too. It should be similar cost for the.
Yeah. Which, I call it the back, but it's actually the old front.
Yeah.
It kind of goes back and forth.
We've gotten the fire insurance information back for the two firehouses that were damaged in the windstorm. The packets, we'll fill out real quick.
Number 1, number 5, right?
Yes. Insurance has determined the damage for the both. One of them is extensive damage, the other is not much damage. $10,366 for damage to both buildings, of which we have a $2,500 deductible, plus there's also a depreciation reduction. So they've already released a check for $65.87 for repairs to the buildings. Once we've gone through and paid more than that, we can recover an additional $1,278 from depreciation. So we basically get compensated about $7,800 from the insurance companies for those repairs. So, Chief, you are welcome to proceed with your chiefs at your earliest convenience.
Do we have to put them roofs out for bid?
Well, I don't know, they're quasi-independent, I guess they're our buildings, so.
Our building.
So, just, we'll talk more.
Okay.
We should get some. Well, one of the roofs is like most of the damage. The other one's like $500 more, so just do that.
After $10,000.
If it's under 12, you can just pick anybody.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Okay.
I think Matt mentioned the contract for lower lot's been signed, so that is gonna move forward hopefully very soon. The last thing, I sent an email on Friday. I know I didn't call everybody, but I figured it'd be easier to send an email. I got a response from Mr. Youngkin regarding the Main Street improvements. So now basically, what we're looking at, let me pull it up real quick for a second. There it is. What we're looking at, which I've been able to kind of distill down from everybody's recommendation is, and I want to get basically verbal affirmation at this point in time for some of this stuff, is most of the people wanted the welcome to Munhall Borough, Munhall sign on basically, the suggestion I put out was one on each side of Main Street. Because those are the more expensive ones. And then Rick suggested putting the smaller one, the cheaper one, which is just the Sterling benches, 2 8-foot ones, well 8-foot ones at the bus stops and 6-foot ones everywhere else. So we're looking at a total of 12 benches. That's what I suggested. Is there any opposition to that suggestion? Do you understand what I said? So I think we just move ahead with that. I basically instructed Matt that we're going to go forward. The last question, the trash cans. The big concern is making sure that they're covered so you can't put a lot of trash in there at once. I would say generally the consensus is this particular trash can model with a half a rain cover. Any problem with that?
The problem is they will put more trash in than they can hold. Making it smaller is not gonna make it any better.
So the other option is to go with a larger one.
Making it bigger though, lets them put more in.
Yeah.
And the other ones don't have lids on them, you're gonna have rodents.
Right.
Well, you can't get a lid on the other ones.
Smaller ones will have to be empty more.
Yeah, true.
Less smell,
Yeah.
less attractant
As long as
rodents.
you keep, maintaining what you have to. And the problem is on Main Street, I've seen people come out in the mornings and put trash in their house and right in the garbage. I know a few places that do it on a regular basis.
It was closer to there than it was their trash.
The actual light pole, Matt said we can't have the fluting going up too high, otherwise we won't be able to put banners up. So the one I suggested that has looks nice, classic, but doesn't have the fluting too high. There were two options. They're pretty much similar. I just chose one, P2165, which is this one right here. It's the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th one over, if you have your packets.
I'm underneath, I have it.
On the second page, up first. No, the first page. Second page.
Second page?
Yep.
That looks like,
I mean, I figured you guys are just gonna go with that different. It looks classic.
I don't mind it.
Any over? Dave's one right here.
Thanks for getting the banners, you know, on the light poles, which we
Is
definitely
it
need.
the first page?
Second page. Second page.
D20.
I stand corrected. I was wrong.
EP 21?
65. Yeah. This one right here, Rick. Straight.
Second page,
Flat.
7U, Rick.
Oh, 7.
7 or 8.
Anybody wants to see these after the meeting, come on up. We'll show them to you. I'm tired of looking at them myself.
Any objections, I'm just gonna say we go that one. The one I need council to decide upon though really is the actual
Lights.
lantern.
And Matt, they will have electric in them, right?
Yes.
At least
Outlets?
outlets.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, so there are 3 suggestions I put in the email. Is on the first page, the 4th one over, historical square lantern. The second suggestion is 14th over on the first page, historical hexagon. And on the second page, the large teardrop.
What's going on?
So make up your mind right now, and we'll tell them that, and we'll finish it all up.
Let's not hold it up.
Basically, this is it.
So the teardrop is the only one shown here without the loop on it?
It would have the loop, right, but not.
But it would have the loop, right?
Yeah, I think it's so. It's probably behind
Curve
it.
around.
Okay.
If I, David, if
Yeah.
you click on that PDF link, it'll take you to the, a cut sheet of that whole
Okay.
thing. Unless chosen otherwise between the other two.
Any preferences between those 3, at least right now, and I can try to pull the loop.
I like the idea of that big one because it throws a lot of light. I know we're saying they're all going to give 90, whatever, LED light, but I think we definitely need lighting on Main Street.
I don't care for the loop.
No.
I think the loop makes it look like it should be out in the back alley.
Maybe that's why it doesn't have a loop in that drawing.
No, that's gonna have a loop.
It's gonna have a loop?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I think if you look at the waterfront, they have more of the front historical sign kind like these here on the front page,
And the 4th one is?
Or
or the 14th. And if you look at along the front of the Borough building here, they're that way as well. They're more of a, what would you call it, a pedestal? I'm not sure. I think that makes it look much nicer myself. That's my own opinion.
It's nicer than
I
the loop.
can see what
Than
you're
the loop.
The ones that have the loop.
I think it is.
So,
Is there a consensus at all?
I told you which ones I want.
I think I want to change my mind. I like the one, either of those two on the first page.
Hexagon or square?
Yeah. I like,
I'm gonna agree
I like
with
the
that too.
X.
Let's go with that one.
Hexagon, okay with everybody?
Which one's that?
That'd be the 14th one over
14.
on the first page.
it's just,
I like the 4th. It's a little classier.
Which one?
Tim?
The 4th one. The 4th one
Which one do you like, Tim? Let's move along here.
It doesn't matter.
I know, I feel the same way. They're all gonna be.
So I'll instruct Matt to go with the hexagon then. Any objections?
I like the hexagon one.
Hexagon, come forward.
That's the one it is, though.
Okay.
I figured. All right, Matt, you got that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anything else of note?
We don't have anything about planners, right?
What?
We don't have anything about planters yet.
Planners, we're gonna order some planners. I mean, I don't-
Yeah, I looked the other day and there's 2 different size planners. There's the bigger ones and there's smaller ones.
I think we should have a uniform,
Yeah.
all the same size. Literally different sizes.
No, those are big, heavy,
They rolled them on the street, the last ones.
the big ones? Oh, okay.
I couldn't hear
What we
what
talked
you
about
said
tonight?
out there. What do you
Bolting
say?
them down.
They rolled them down.
Bolted.
He said they rolled the old ones on the street.
Oh,
The big ones.
Yeah,
So what does that mean?
they gotta bolt them down.
So,
people were,
Yeah, I understand that, but they're always bolted down.
No, they weren't.
Or after they start rolling off the street. Right? So we're gonna bolt these down?
I'll look into something that's bolted to the ground.
yeah, we'll get you,
Right.
planners are in consideration.
Can we
So-
just, can you guys just pick a planner that, instead of coming back here next month?
Oh, no, we're gonna do it tonight.
Well, no, we won't come back to council with this, we'll just.
Listen, the lights are the most important things for us.
I'll talk with Rainey about it and we'll.
Talk to Randy,
Everything
let Randy pick a plan.
Make sure
Today,
everything
I
matches.
said the virtual purchase.
Robin, Randy pick a plan.
All right,
If
so
you don't
that's,
like the plan or see
It's
those.
marked up.
that's my,
You can tell Randy about it.
I
And
mean, we gotta get this project out to bid.
yeah, we'll put it out to bid this week, pretty much.
Okay.
so
Do we have photos of the
that will
planners yet?
affect
Do we have?
timeline.
So Friday's going out to bid?
I think so, how long do you think we can get the stuff?
I want to get it done before next meeting.
Oh, yes.
Sure.
Yeah, we would have done way
This
before
week,
next week.
next week at the latest, if we can,
Yeah.
sorry.
Depending on the lighting and how that goes
Yeah,
through.
yeah, that's fine. Tax report, we've collected $4,542,063.94 from real estate taxes through July 15th.
Thank you. That's all we have?
That's all we have for now.
Other comments? It's on agenda. Mr. Borsak, what were you gonna say before?
Mr. Shields, I just wanted to let the rest of the borough know that the Munhall Co-op on Longfellow Drive every Sunday has a farmer's market up there, and anyone's welcome to come up and to participate in it. It's from noon until 4 p.m. The lady heard it's called Kelly's Farm Market, and she sets up in our rec center up there to the left when you come up the hill. And she has some really good vegetables. Her corn's really sweet. She brings pickles, she brings jellies and jams and a lot of vegetables and a lot of fruits also.
It's gonna be running through now till like through the fall?
Probably now till the fall, every Sunday from noon until 4.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jim Dudash, 1026 Creek Street.
Hi Jim, how are you today?
Very good. I'm curious if you got your letter from the DEP.
You know,
Yes, we
have.
Okay. Well, last week they didn't have it.
Right,
so
they didn't have, we
wanted-
got it. We got
Wanted to
it.
make sure that you got it. Is there a way to know who goes to that meeting? Who would be attending that from the Borough Council? Do they send like a group of you or someone or individual in order to meet with them?
We haven't contacted them about meeting.
They haven't asked to meet with us. So
They haven't asked.
we're gonna.
It's in the letter, that's why I say, because I know in the letter it says, the recommendation is that within 15 days you meet with them.
We are.
And- Yeah, well, so
It's gonna
that's
be the
what I'm
solicitor,
saying. Pardon?
the manager, solicitor, maybe the engineer, maybe one member of council,
Okay,
okay?
all right.
You are on it.
All right,
Executive
yeah.
session was all discussed.
Okay, just wanted to know that it
Oh, yeah.
that it did go
We
through.
go over, we talked about last week, and probably be here this week, and it's his.
Yeah,
You got your letter.
okay, all right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Public comments on agenda items. Are we non-agenda first? Wait a minute.
Non-agenda.
Non-agenda, okay. We'll get you.
Michael Canal, Page Drive. Regarding the electric recycling vehicles. Last month, you were going to go out to the factory, and is everything working now, or?
Yes, so, Mr. President, might be able to talk on that?
Absolutely.
So we went out to the factory, Bob, the mechanic, and one of the other laborers. They changed the oil transmission in the vehicles. They went with an Eaton transmission, completely different what they were originally using. We test drove the vehicles. They're nice, they're not having the issues that they were having before when they were drifting back, with the transmission style changing. I think they're gonna be a good asset to the boroughs.
Okay, so they fixed Pittsburgh's and Pittsburgh has accepted theirs?
So Pittsburgh's gonna get a whole new transmission in theirs. So they're taking them ones back from where they're at in the dealership, back to, they're gonna change up the transmission and put the new transmission in them that they're gonna use.
And the heaters will work?
Yes, everything works. AC was ice cold, Bob would tell you. AC was good, everything was good on the vehicles.
Well, there was something about the heater, if you put the heater on in the vehicle, the battery drains in an hour.
Where'd you get this from? I don't know.
Pittsburgh, well, actually, I think it was Channel 11.
Okay.
They had the article regarding all the Pittsburgh stuff that wasn't working right. And then
We were there for about 5 hours, and the vehicle that we used outside the door ran the whole time, and the battery went down 1%.
okay, as long as it's gonna work, and then we have somebody who can fix this and do the software updates and everything.
They do the software updates on their own. They're all connected, there's a forwarded system, the manager knows, they send us all the email, they send us an email out with the whole new update. They're gonna come to the council meeting and they're gonna discuss the program, the computer system in the vehicle, and then you'll be able to, they can log right in and update the whole system from the factory.
Okay, so
You don't have to take nothing to them, they can do it right online.
And do we have anything in place, anything set up, so that if for some reason these things don't work, the updates don't run, when I've dealt with software previously, you know, you may have a glitch, and it's down for 9 hours. So, do we have any way of picking all this?
We'll still have the diesel trucks as backups. We'll still have three diesel trucks as backups.
So we actually have 6 diesel vehicles, because we have to turn 3 in?
So we don't have to rely on the electric vehicles.
We're not gonna be totally dependent on it.
Right, we're not gonna get completely dependent on it. We will have, you know, the diesel for the backup.
Okay. 'Cause I was actually gonna say, don't bother with accepting the vehicles, then you don't have to worry about your moving the salt shed and everything else. But if everything's gonna work. Thank you.
Let's keep our fingers crossed though, right? Any more public comments on non-agenda items? Any public comments on agenda?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But real quick, 149 East James Street. When the storms come through, the car company came down and cut the trees and fell across the road.
Where at?
Which is fine. 409 East James.
Okay.
They cut the trees, they opened the road, but left everything on the side, and they sprayed weed killer. So now it's all dead over here, but I got trees down and another tree fell today. So the school says the borough owns the property, the borough says the school owns the property. I don't care who owns the property, cut the trees and get rid of the wood.
The school owns the property. That's what I'm informed. We're not legally allowed to go on there, the school owns the property.
Okay, now, from the curb, how much is the property, the borough? 3 feet?
Bob, you aware of that situation?
Nope.
Just go down and take a look at it.
Let's check it out.
We're gonna say it's the schools. We have a right-of-way which we can access,
Right.
but the school owns it.
But nobody wants to fix it.
We'll get it taken care of. I'll call my son-in-law, he works up there.
You've got good firework.
I'll give him a call.
Good firewood.
Can I say about the trees, Bob, can I mention about the whole bunch of trees that are on the bottom, across from the very first house on West Marion off of West Run Road? Can you clean those all up and get them out of there?
What are they?
Bunch of dead trees that would just look like they were thrown there.
They probably were.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. You get it.
My name is Heather Michaels. I live on 1046 First Street.
Okay.
Like I've been in contact with the borough manager now over an ongoing issue. You're harder to get to than the president.
The mayor?
Especially now.
The chief cooler.
Oh.
I'll talk to you after the meeting.
Officer Abbott was really, I went to school with him, I graduated school with him. So he was the officer that showed up yesterday. There's been an ongoing issue down on my street. Every time my new neighbor that Officer Abbott went to, that was a White House, but now painted brown, okay? And they're African-American family that lives there. And she is a young 26-year-old, out of control, wild. And she likes to have her friends come down my property and abandon vehicles, sometimes weeks, months, days on end. And it's been hair-raising because I don't want to upset my neighbor up on the top of the road, Jim Dudash. His wife thought it was my daughter, my oldest daughter, parking a car down, but the rear end of the car was stuck out too far. I got around it, Mr. Dudash got around it with his truck, but his wife didn't call the cops. And she screamed at me thinking it was my daughter, and it truly wasn't. If it was my daughter, I wouldn't have an issue, just moving it on. She knows where to park. But like I expressed my concerns with the borough manager, whatever I do on my property down there, I don't want to upset Mr. Dudash or Mr. Crane, because they're already in uproar over the landslide. So I'm not trying to cause any more risk with the neighbors down there. But I need to know where I can place cones so people do not park on my property where I'm, like the borough manager said, as long as I'm not impeding the flow of traffic. But you gotta understand, I did this before, and it made Mr. Crane go so stark raving nuts that him and my old man got into a fight, like I expressed to you, Mr. Borough Solicitor, and I'm at my wit's end with that property down there. It's been nothing but hell ever since day one when I first moved in down there. Now, I want to put cones. If I put anything out, Mr. Crane or Mr. Dudash is gonna, go crazy, and I don't need this no more,
Did you try talking to them?
I tried talking nice. It's like,
How about the new people that moved in? Did you talk to them?
oh, there's no way, no, she wants to fight me. She wants to come at me, she wants to physically get in my face, because her uncle actually called me up on the phone. And he said, my niece wanted to go over your house that day because she thought I was the one that called the cops. And it was Mr. Dudash's wife that called the cops to have a car moved, okay? And when I expressed concerns and telling Diamond, hey, can you have your friend, relative, whoever she is, she didn't ask me for permission of a property owner to park on my property. You have to be, why are you being disrespectful? Why are you just abandoning a car on my lot? She goes, well, I don't have the keys to the car. Now, how funny when Mr.
I'll talk to you
Abbott,
after the meeting.
when Mr. Abbott showed up,
Discuss it.
the keys to the car. I went, oh, the magic set of keys, they just miraculously just showed up now, But Mr. Borough Manager asked me to take pictures of where I want to place cones so you guys can see I'm not impeding the flow of traffic. But if you're on my property, if you're on my driveway, you're looking straight ahead, no one can park across because I have a big vehicle. I have to make a swing over by the creek to get off my property without damaging the telephone pole that's between mine and her property. And going down, if someone's parked there, now my driveway's asphalted, I'm gonna have a hard time sliding, I'm gonna slide going down, so no one can park across. They wanna park over by my hillside. My kids planted all kinds of flowers. So
Okay,
people just
ma'am,
run them over.
ma'am, 3 minutes is up. You talk to the manager, the chief after, and he'll make sure he'll take care of it,
Okay,
all right?
and then you want me to show?
Everything you need to do, talk to, all right?
After the meeting.
It's a private road, so can't you put up cones on
No,
this
no,
side of the
no.
property?
She'll
Yeah,
talk to you.
I wanted to get towing signs from Tag Towing, because my husband graduated school with Brian Hainsey, who owns Tag Towing, and he wanted to bring no tow signs and post them up down there for me, You know, so if anyone parks them or abandons their vehicle, they're gonna be towed away.
We'll let the chief take care of it. Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Hi, James Rose, 1106 Park Street. I was just coming up, I guess this is the medium for this. There's a bunch of water that pulls up every time it rains on 11th Avenue there. I don't know if that means like a gutter cleaning or something like that. It's just a big puddle.
Catch basin.
Yeah, the catch basin. or
Like
whatever.
the library side of Park Square?
Sure, yeah, the library on 11th Avenue there, right before the.
That's 11th.
Yeah, 11th, yeah, it's
Okay.
11th Avenue, yeah.
Between the two sides of Park Square.
It's on the left side of Park Square, but
Okay.
like right when you turn onto 11th to go towards the library, just every time it rains, it just pulls up a ton of water.
Bob, you make note of that and check it out?
Yeah.
Just,
I'll check it out.
yeah, thanks. And then also just concerned about just the houses that are boarded up that, you know, just trying to talk to owners to fix them up, but they just sit there and it doesn't seem like anything's.
It's an ongoing issue, which
Yeah.
you were here earlier talking about the program we're gonna
Yeah.
involve with.
I mean, okay,
We're very aware of it.
okay,
Yeah.
just, okay.
We're working on it.
Well, people don't realize a lot, I mean, I just recently found this out a couple of years ago with Mr. Honda. When a house becomes abandoned, a lot of insurance companies require you to board up the first floor windows so people don't break into your house. There's a house on Park Square that's abandoned. Well, no one's living in there, and there's another one right on 11th Avenue. The gentleman died last year, so the family boarded up the windows. It's a recommendation of insurance companies now do that, which I never knew, but yeah, I mean, that's what they recommend you to do now. Mr. Lloyd, I have talked to Mr. Lloyd a few years ago, he said now, a lot of insurance companies, if your house becomes abandoned, they won't even insure you.
They won't insure them now.
Yeah, so I mean, it's,
Unoccupied houses, they won't insure them.
right.
I mean, yeah, it's just been frustrating, it's been sitting, bought the house.
Yeah, the house,
6 years ago.
the two houses he's talking about, the gentleman died and the other.
The one,
just
that
moved
one,
out.
they died last year, that I'm not
Yeah.
concerned about, that one I've been in contact with the other one, the owners owned it for over 20 years.
Which one are we talking about, 11th Avenue or Park Square?
There's two. Yeah.
Which one is it on Park Square?
1160.
Which one is that, Dave?
The second house or third house in on the left.
Martin's house.
Martin's house?
Yeah.
Okay, I know which one that was.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful home.
They've been maintaining the yard and everything.
Yeah.
They just
there's
boarded up the first floor
boarded up
windows, the
windows,
insurance
and
company.
There's multiple windows broken, there's stuff underneath the roof gutters, there's like portions missing underneath that. It's gone.
I know the house.
Yeah.
I'm a 12th Avenue kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful house, from
Yeah.
what I understand, apparently it's a mirror of the stone line house.
Yes, exactly.
So,
Okay,
awesome.
Dave, you're aware of it? And
Thank
now,
you.
what do they do with that now? Do you have no intentions of selling it, or?
I've talked to the owner, and I
Okay.
tried, and they said they had no intention of selling it. I didn't get any good response. in my opinion.
What are their intentions? You know, they never told you that
They
either?
never told that, you know, either. I tried talking to them, and I'm pretty sure. they never-
Pretty frustrating, huh?
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
Oh, yeah.
There's a house I know in Cambria, the neighbor complains about it to me. The woman that they think she lives in Colorado, she hasn't been there in 3 years. But the neighbors cut the grass, but
Right.
the house is a mess. It happens a lot, I mean, I don't know.
I don't understand
We
it
cure, the
myself.
taxes are paid, you know, the taxes are paid. and-
It looks bad. for
What's the
area.
tax situation on that home?
It's in good
I'd have to
shape.
check. It
Oh,
probably
okay.
is.
I've checked,
Oh, I'm
because
sure.
it's very frustrating, and
Yeah.
I tried talking.
It gets frustrating when the taxes are
Yeah,
paid.
when the taxes are paid, but and the grass cut, I mean, I guess you not, it's just, it doesn't make the area look nice, and people don't want to live here
Absolutely.
whenever it happens. So I'm just trying to bring something up about it.
I'm very aware of the house. I used to walk past it
There's
every day
people
going to grade school.
Yeah.
Every day.
There's people that sit on these houses that they probably rent them out for $1,500 a month, maybe $2,000 a month.
Oh, I know.
And they just let them sit and rot. I don't know.
A house down in that area that's fixed up could go close to $500,000.
You can make money renting it out or selling it.
I mean, they bought it
Are they,
over 20 years ago.
do the owners now live locally?
Yeah.
Well, they do.
I mean, I'm not gonna, I know the person, and I'm not gonna.
No, keep, reminding them, hey, the property's basically abandoned, we have to look at it, and, what are your intentions? I stay on them all the time.
I try.
You get tired of listening to me.
I don't, I'm not trying to get into a fight with people.
No, but there's a way of,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I try to say whenever I talk to the person. But they just, Yeah, that's all I can really say about it. I don't wanna get,
Okay.
I don't wanna get them.
No, we're not going to get in any trouble.
Yeah.
It's not that much.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir. Thank you.
Hi, I'll be real quick. My name is Charlene David. I live on, okay. I live on 719 11th Avenue. I just want to comment on 2 agenda items. The first agenda item is agenda number 13. I see that you guys are going to vote on decreasing the membership.
Your name is what?
Charlene David.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where do you live?
719 East 11th
The
Avenue.
new house.
Yes.
Oh, Jimmy Hunstock.
Pardon me?
Jimmy Hunstock.
That's right.
I remember when you were a kid.
Yes, everyone does.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's
You look
me.
familiar to me back there.
Pardon me?
I saw you back there. You look familiar to me.
Well,
It's been a while.
yeah, I was a little thinner back then, but anyway. So, okay, so agenda item 13, I'm very interested in being on the planning committee. I did send, I sent letters of intent. I sent letters of intent as told by Borough Council to the Borough Manager, and I did not get a response. So I'm happy to submit my
Absolutely, we'll take
CV,
it.
resume, whatever you guys want.
Sure.
You know, just let me know what I need to do.
Because right now we're having problems of current members attending meetings.
Right.
So we're going to try to
Yeah, I'll be there.
thin it out.
I'll be there.
Okay. Take note of that.
Well, I'd like the heck out of everybody. The second agenda item, just real quick, that I'd like to talk about is, it's agenda item number 3, which has to do with the solar center, the Pennsylvania Solar Center proposal, feasibility study. Could you explain to me exactly what that's about and where it's going to be? It seems like it's going to be like in this little plot of land that's in between the 2 railroad tracks, is that true? Behind Lowe's. Okay, what exactly is that project? Because that area, probably no one except for crazy ass me has been there, because I do a cut through, and it's a beautiful meadow actually, with a bunch of wildflowers and wildlife, and it would be a very nice area to have if there was a way for residents like myself and others to get down to waterfront safely, you know, per bike and walking. So I just wanted to know what that project was, and if you would at least consider having some type of a nice path, bike path or something like that, whatever we have to do.
Mr. Youngkin.
You would have to go across the railroad tracks to get to it.
That is true, there's 2 of them.
And it's against the law to go across the railroad tracks.
I've been doing it, so.
Oh,
Yeah, so.
You are.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you know,
You are Jimmy Hunt's daughter.
I am. So you're talking about someone like Dave over here, he said those houses are going for they could go for like $500,000, and they really are. The money is down in North Munhall, Lower Munhall, whatever you want to talk about it. We're trying to get people into that area. How do you get people into that area? It's all about amenities. Why did I move back into that? And I mean, Sean was my next door neighbor for 18 years. Why did I leave Pleasant Hills to come back to Munhall? It was because of the amenities. It was because living next to the river, walking my dog down there, riding my bike. It's a good community, and these are good people. Not enough people know about Munhall and know what a great community is and what we have to offer. So my point is, it would be great if, what is that solar thing about, and is there any way that we could get some type of access?
It's a feasibility study at this point, just to analyze the benefits of potentially putting some solar panels down there, which would financially benefit the borough.
Okay.
This is step 1, is just a study, there's no commitment to do it.
Right, okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I didn't even understand what it was. I'm all about solar, I got them on my roof. $16 last month for my, so.
In order, the solar down there, I was told would pay all the bills for the electric for the buildings in the borough.
No, that would be wonderful.
Close to about, we budget close to $300,000.
Okay, that would be awesome. So I'm sure they could probably protect some of the wildlife and stuff while they put it up if that happens, and maybe possibly on the path. But anyway,
We can look at it.
that's it. So that's it. Those are my 2 comments. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I guess I was going to comment on the agenda item.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in support of Alerta and the tax forgiveness, sounds great. To bring economic development, maybe something to build on top of it. Just an economic route for economic development. Is there anything like that for the area, like the East Liberty Development Committee or something like that? Something similar to that? There is, I've heard of the accelerator.
I'm part of the accelerator, right.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Enterprise
That's
Zone
really
Accelerator. Oh, it's very vibrant.
Okay.
We meet once a month.
Okay.
Actually, we've been doing better the last 6 months than we do the last couple of years. We're working on getting a new director, and things have picked up. And if you're interested in becoming a member of that, I don't know if there's any openings this coming year, but, first of the year, put a letter in, you're interested in being part of something,
Yeah.
accelerator or planning commission, whatever you want to do. Let us know.
Yeah, okay. So support for the LERTA, sounds great.
Good.
Training, economic development.
Okay. Okay. We'll move on. Okay. Okay, good. You got it?
All right. Need a motion to pay bills including payroll for the period of June 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2025, $439,890.90.
Motion.
Motion, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed.
Motion to approve payroll for the period ending in June for a total of $396,566.60.
Motion.
Second. Motion is second. All in favor?
Who's the second?
You have a second? Mr. Vogt. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion passed.
Vote adopted memorandum of understanding between Munhall and Pennsylvania Solar Center for the Get Solar program to develop solar feasibility study for Munhall's waterfront project and cost for this feasibility study.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Number 4?
All right, we have, as discussed extensively in the last several weeks, we have 3 proposals submitted to us, and we've interviewed 3 consultants, if you will, for the phase 1 of the STAMP program. The 3 consultants are SG Hawk with a cost of $65,900. Now, this is 70% of this will be covered by the state grant. This is also contingent upon us being awarded the state grant next month. The second person was evaluation resources. That was $80,000. And the third one was strategic solutions for $69,100. Those are the 3 bids. I don't know if there's any other comments or discussions on that.
I missed the first meeting, so was that who Hawk was?
Yes.
So they were the first presenter, second presenter, and third presenter, that's how they were,
That's correct.
that's how you number them? Do you have any preferences?
They all would do a good job. I think between the 2, Susan Hockenberry's group and strategic, the evaluation for George Dougherty's group would be the 2 best. I think we should go with the one that is more affordable, which would be Susan Hockenberry. That's my recommendation.
Hockenberg is the 65,000?
900, yes.
Yeah.
So I put a motion for that.
You have a motion for that?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposition?
All in favor for Hockenberg?
Hockenberg.
Yeah, which one are we voting on?
Hockenberg.
Okay, okay,
Any opposed?
Any opposed? You good, Breen?
yes.
Okay. Motion passed.
All right. We have Main Street Matters program. It's actually due at the end of August, but we might as well vote on it now. We have a shortage of about $400,000 for the Main Street project. Vote to submit an application of $400,000 for the Main Street Matters program to complete the Munhall Main Street project.
Motion.
I do.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Youngkins? All in favor?
Question?
Question on the motion?
Is this application for another grant?
Yes.
Yes.
And what grant is that?
Main Street Matters is the name of it, actually.
That is the name of it.
It's the one we got the grant
Originally.
just recently, a few months ago,
Okay.
from Lieutenant Governor came to Munhall to
Yes.
award it. Yeah, talk about it.
Yes.
Same grant.
Will we have shovels in the ground before the grant is awarded?
Yes.
I sure hope so.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
This won't be awarded until probably spring, and we should have shovels in the ground by the end of this. I think within 3 months, I assume.
Okay.
And it'll help us because we're doing something already with the lighting and stuff. So we'll see there's progress being made.
Okay, I have a motion?
I have a second. as well.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion passed.
This month, we have the multimodal grant program will require a submission. Recommend voting to submit an application. Now, we don't have an exact number yet, and we'll get a final number hopefully soon from Matt's contact. But the Creek Street Bridge we talked about last week at the workshop over Homestead Run is in need of repair. It's not going to fall in tomorrow, but we should probably be proactive. And that would be for, well, 100,000 was the initial estimate, I upped it by 125,000.
Which bridge is it actually? Which
Is it one going to Creek Street?
It's one that crosses up to Creek Street. It's not a main road one.
It's not a main road, it's the one we put in, I don't know when.
Okay.
So it's rusting out, it needs some repair.
Okay.
So this would be a good multimodal grant.
Will it be widened?
No, I don't think so.
Cost would be,
It's too prohibitive. We'll just make it structurally stable.
Okay.
Would it be possible to widen even the approach onto it and the exit? Like almost wing it out, because that's,
It's narrow.
it's narrow when you're going across it. You can just get an ambulance, but it's getting onto it and getting off of it. There's sharp turns both ways.
Those poles don't help make it any easier right there.
No, it's almost like you could wish if you could wing it out the last 2 to 3 feet, just do something like that with
We
it.
can put that in the grant application to do something to make it.
engineer may have an idea, you have any idea what that situation is down there?
Yeah, I know it's tight. I could look at it. Honestly, anything we add structurally is probably going to change
Numbers.
numbers.
But it would be ridiculous to work on it and not
Right.
fix the problem.
I
Right,
agree.
exactly.
Especially when you have now Amazon trucks.
Right, everything, right. It's-
Everything, the big box ambulance
To
trucks.
keep it the way it is wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, they throw money
They couldn't get a great big ambulance across there because they had to come up to my house and carry me down to the ambulance because the ambulance was too big to get across the bridge.
We're voting right now, so we're gonna,
Well, I think that then I would recommend we change this to vote to submit an application for $200,000
okay.
to multimodal grant for repair of the Creek Street Bridge.
Thank you.
There's a
Motion.
motion?
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye. I have Ms. Fry and Mr. Brown.
Right.
All right, we need a motion, we discussed an executive session on personnel issue, but we have to reimburse to be, I think, responsible to our employees. Munhall employees overpaid for supplemental insurance coverage, $27,932.65.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Any questions on the motion?
We don't need to name them personally. We can just do a lump sum like that, Greg?
Correct.
Thank you.
Motion passes.
Vote to approve the memorandum of understanding service credit for new officers. This is to basically, well, we're going to put out testing. We want to make sure that they can use their previous service in application so that we'll be able to attract more applicants. The MOU's been updated, right, Greg?
Second.
Or have we not finalized that yet?
We have a
No,
motion.
hold on. This is the MOU, is this the only one on here? Yeah.
No, there's another one. The next one is for police.
We're on
Yeah,
number,
this is, we have done this before and it expired. We're doing it again for new hires.
Yeah.
So new hires coming in, if they've worked for 4 years at another municipality as a police officer, they don't have to come in at the bottom of the pay scale. They get credit for 2 years. So we'll start pay only, nothing else, everything else is the same. We'll start at like year 3 on the pay scale instead of year 1. It's an incentive to attract new officers. We did it before, it worked, so we're doing it again. And this is, an MOU is agreement with the union. The union has to agree to this. So that's what it is, agreement with the union.
With the union, right.
was this in the original bargaining agreement and it went away or what happened?
No, we did an MOU before,
And it ran out.
2 or 3 years ago and it expired. You know,
Okay, but the
the
language
union-
is always there.
Yes.
No, it was never, this was brand new 3 years ago.
Okay,
It's just started, it's a new thing to try to attract officers
Right.
that have experience.
Because we were able to recruit a city of Pittsburgh police officer that had, years of experience already in.
right.
So we were able to, that benefited us. Was it just him or was it the other?
Since I've been chief, we tested 3 times. The first time, we only had 2 applicants. The second time, we had 3. When we implemented this MOU, we had 11.
Okay.
Is there a time frame? Like if they work somewhere for 20 years, do they get 10 years or is it a limit of maximum
Wait
of
a
5
second.
years or something?
And that's a formula, it's based, they get 50%, I don't have it in front of me, but I recall they get 50% time.
I think it's up to 5 years.
Up to
So
5.
10 years, they'll get 5.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, okay.
It helps recruit. You're getting better applicants by doing this.
We have a motion?
Yes, Tim Eads.
Second.
Eads, second.
All in favor?
This is the other one, vote to approve the MOU with the Munhall Police Union, approving the police purchase of service credit ordinance provision, which is the Act 49 we were talking about earlier. The union also has to approve it.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Vote to authorize the solicitor to finalize tax forgiveness ordinance to be posted publicly, basically just to have them go with the next step.
Motion.
Motion,
Second.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition?
Vote to instruct the planning commission to determine the limits of the LERTA ordinance. So basically, the planning commission needs to determine where the LERTA will operate, and we need to instruct them to do that. I'm sorry, the motion was from whom?
Can we wait for the motion and second that we're done? We're kind of jumping on those.
Say it again, Dave.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
going to determine what?
The limits, basically where the actual LERTA ordinance will be.
Geographic area, remember before I said it has to be a deteriorated area, we have to determine what that is to be eligible. It starts with the planning commission, they recommend the council.
We're reading the motion that's on the paper. We don't need an explanation of what's going on with it. Motion's on the paper, read what's on there.
Yeah, but
Everything Dave's saying is done on the paper.
I understand, but you're coming up with a motion before he's done speaking.
But he's going more than what's on the paper. What's on the
Still, it's
paper
kind of
is-
rude to interrupt the guy when he's speaking with a motion or a second. Let him, takes another second maybe, okay?
Okay.
All right, I mean, I don't know. Okay, we have a motion on that, after everybody's done speaking. Do we have a motion? No, we're not gonna have a motion.
I make the motion.
Make a motion, Mr. Brown. Second?
Second.
Okay. Motion is second, all in favor?
All right, so you have from the engineer's report, the breakdown of the 3 bids. The lowest bid is El Grande at 24, what's the total, now? I have it here, just gotta find it. Here it is. $24,950 for El Grande Industries to install 3 speed bumps on Ravine Street. So there's a motion to award that bid to El Grande.
I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion passes.
There is the motion to remove people from planning commission, but the planning commission did not give me a list of any names, so I can't really do anything with that.
That's pretty rough. We'll scratch that one.
Hopefully next month.
Right. Meanwhile, we talked to them last month, the last meeting.
Mhm.
Okay,
That's fine.
okay. Number 14.
The last thing in your packet is basically an agreement to extend Traffic Cloud, which collects traffic data for the police department, and we just need to renew an annual for $7,000.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
What is it?
Tom?
It's the radar signs.
Gotcha.
Motion.
Motion, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second? Meeting adjourned.
Amen.